show to do those things. So, some hands-on, some computer systems classes, things like that, because mine just kind of gave me the book. And working through it and being in something that you've never been in, I like someone who gives that little extra, let's go down and let's show you how to do this. Let me show you on, this is a scenario-based type thing, and this is how we go through it, instead of just being like, wow, and I got to YouTube it myself how to do it. But you teach yourself, but it's good to have that training, instruction, that showing. Other than that, I mean, if there's anything that could be, oh man, a hybrid of business and human resources and training, and I don't know what they have over there in human resources either. That would be spectacular. Something like that. Because training is a huge side of human resources. And about the learning management
system. And it gives you the ability to teach.
Yes, and like the class that I'm teaching in the fall, that is in addition to my job role. It's 350 students roughly that I have to add to a learning management system, and I have to set up completion tracking so that I can know when they click on each of it who's done, who hasn't done, if there's a problem, maybe if they missed something, and I can pull data from that to know who did it, and I can report that as needed.
And Louisiana Tech's moving to a new Workday ERP system. Do you have anything to do with that?
I do, so I'm the trainer for that.
So that could be a real need for more
yeah.
Higher level responsibilities and training opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to be creating classes that are for all employees, because human resources are things that all employees touch. Onboarding, checking benefits, viewing your pay stubs, health insurance, all of that stuff is related. And so to be able to show them how to do these things, it's just the first step in viewing, locating, modifying your personal information. But then you'll be going in, I'll have to be creating classes also on how to put in time, how for managers to approve time, and that process and how that works. We have to show these people. We don't want to tell them, I want to show them that. And I want it to be received in a positive manner. So we also have a videographer that I've been working with to create like micro lessons. That's what I call them, small chunks of information. And for more resources, click here, and we have PDFs created. So all of those things are being created for a course for them to be able to go through and take. And then we will use some of that when we're doing the live training classes that go through scenario-based stuff, so we can go here, view here, update here, do all that sort of stuff. And then later on, it will be more departmentalized, like going to the departments and saying, okay, what do you need? These are the reports that you should be looking for, and this is what you can get out of the system.
So it sounds like there's a lot of changes that are, and opportunities that are coming to your department.
Yes, there are a lot, but I mean, that's what I was told to do.
Well,
and I want to do it. I'm enthusiastic about doing it, but I was just told to do it.
Sounds like this could be a reason for a discussion with your supervisor or manager about opportunities for advancement in your department, especially going to a new system that's going to require a whole lot of training for the whole campus, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, it will be a lot of additional work into what I currently have to do as well. Without people underneath me, or without me being able to balance those things out, then I feel that the quality is going to be lowered, and I don't want to have something out there that is a subpar of my ability.
Well, have you thought about having a conversation with your supervisor?
I've thought about it, but
do y'all have an open kind of communication? Like, you feel like you could sit down and talk to her about where do you grow?
Yes, I do, but
that you want to be utilized, like where can you grow from here?
Yes.
And kind of start those conversations maybe a little bit and see what kind of feedback you get.
But I just never know if that's going to be recognized in advance instead of after the fact of it being done. Like, gotta prove yourself,
And you don't feel like you've proved yourself yet?
Well, I mean, I can do not to the fullest high level extent of some of the other people in the office, their jobs, but I can do each position, because I've had to fill in each of these positions at times, basically, or assist in those things. So I haven't had the ability to show my skills until just recently when we hired some new people. Before that,
That's
it was like
good.
the catch-all.
Right. So you couldn't really do what you were hired to do.
No, I couldn't.
So that's good though, that you've got some more help in your office, and now
Yeah.
you can start working on those things that you're good. That'll be your chance to kind of show your skills and abilities.
Yeah.
It might be a good time to start having a conversation with your manager to find out where you can go from here if you're happy in your
Yeah.
job. And it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
You may just need to think about having those kind of
Those
conversations.
uncomfortable
Yes.
conversations. Yeah. They're uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it just kind of depends
You know,
on
I
your
don't know those
relationship
things
with
to
you.
say. You know, like,
And I
I've
don't
done
know what
these and I've done this.
Right.
So I feel that, you know, I'm being overutilized and undercompensated.
But it also sounds like you have excitement for business and your marketing and management classes you've been taking and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other places that would use those same skills in other areas.
Yeah.
It never hurts to start thinking about the other possibilities that are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, in case nothing does change in your department.
Yeah.
You have a year and a half before you're through with school.
I mean, I
It's a
could
good
push
time
it to
start
a
thinking about
year,
that.
but then my job would slack, and I don't want my job to slack. But do I have opportunity here, and should I focus on that, or should I focus on me, you know, maybe doubling my income?
Mm-hmm. And with that in mind, that only being maybe a year and a half out of achieving your master's, it's good to be coming to career counseling and starting to think about options for you when you get through. It's a good time to be coming here for just learning about yourself, have your interests and personalities through life situations change.
Yeah.
Since you've probably ever taken a personality test. So it's just a good time to start considering where you're at now in your life.
Yeah.
It's a readjustment for your family.
Yeah. Very
So
true.
it's a really good time to start thinking about all that stuff. And, you know, you have a willingness to look into other alternative careers and opportunities. And there's a lot of opportunities within a school as big as Louisiana Tech.
I
that
know.
You might
but-
not even realize is out there
Yeah.
across campus.
But I like, you know, the position that was created for me had never been here. And so I want it to develop into something that's more than just this small thing, in which it is. But I want it to be like, you know, a subset group, like professional development
Right.
and, you know, skills and how can I get out there. I mean, I want to lecture and be a teacher, but because they make great money. And I think I want to do that, and I taught a young entrepreneurship class. But what if I have the ability to run something that I truly love as well? I haven't taught a whole lot yet, so how do I know that I love that?
Well, does Louisiana Tech offer anything like that where you could job shadow a professor or an instructor and just see what it's like on a daily basis, what they do? Have you thought about maybe reaching out to somebody, even in your in school over there in the business department? You could ask somebody if you could sit in on the class when they teach or a lecture or something
Yeah.
to see if you could.
I'm thinking of
do that.
auditing a class, which is the same thing. You're basically sitting in on a class. There's one that I might do in the winter quarter, where I would just kind of sit back and do the coursework, go through the motions, not have to take too many of the tests and whatnot, but just be able to say, okay, well, I audited this class, so I could also instruct it later on.
Mhm. And just see if you like teaching
Yeah.
all day long. Sometimes you're going over the same stuff that you went over the year before and the year
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would like in your personality? There's not a lot of spontaneity, right?
Guess so.
Maybe it's new faces and new students, but
It's not new material.
you'd still be using
Unless
your
you're
helping
just-
skills too.
yeah.
So job shadowing might be something to do, like for an
Yeah.
entire day.
Yeah.
Would be
that's
neat
true.
to do
That's
that.
true. I never thought about that. Like job shadowing.
Yeah. So
And then the paperwork and things like that, I don't know. I'm
all the grading and
Oh.
having everything turned in by
yeah.
deadline. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. But, I mean, I have all my analytics and my things that I have to run through and deadlines too, but maybe, I don't know. So, I'm doing my master's, I have to finish that. And then I would like to maybe see if I could lecture at that point or not, or adjunct even, to get a feel for it.
And could you do that on top of your job at Human Resources? Maybe just start with one evening
That's
class?
what I want, yeah.
That would
And
be
also,
neat.
I was wanting to do the first year instructor,
Okay.
those, which would be available next fall.
Is that
Definitely
for
during
all
fall.
the new?
The new freshmen coming in, and
Okay.
they get paid a little bit more. It's not much, but anything counts right now. And you teach like a 7-week course on, the stuff at the university for new freshmen. And I think that would help too.
Yeah, that would
All
help.
the teaching experience that I can get, just to kind of see what it entails.
Yeah,
Because you have to put in grades, all those things.
right.
So,
Yeah, I think that would be great. Okay, well, I wanted to give you a couple of things to think about till we see each other next time.
my list.
Yes.
You're at my list.
Okay, so I'm going to give this to you to take. I just wanted to
Okay.
explain it. I wanted you to take this value scale,
Okay.
and I want you to pick from this list of 21 values, rank your top 5 in order
Okay.
of importance to you.
Okay, so like number 1, number 2, just
Mhm.
mark it out next to
Yeah, and then I want you to tell me why
Okay.
you chose this and why it's most important to you.
Okay.
The second thing I want you to do is to list 3 of your proudest accomplishments in any of your in any life area. Your 3 proudest accomplishments,
Okay.
and then I want you to ask your friends or family to identify the skills and abilities you have that made those accomplishments possible. So, for your last one, your last one, and we'll have a couple of weeks before we meet, but
Alright.
I'd also think it'd be a good idea to keep a journal along as we
I
go
just
through
got
this
one.
journey. Good.
Just got one.
And just
my
like-
boss just got me one.
Oh, good. See? And so then when you start with your assignment and take your notes on it, just keep your little book, and then as you leave and move on without me, you can keep on documenting your
Yeah.
goals and where you are and look back to where you came
I
from.
was just talking about that with my weight.
And
I
all-
took a tracker of it, and I looked through it, and I'm like, look how far I've come.
Yeah.
Just before I got here, I kind of looked through it.
Yeah, so that's a good idea to